Hello, my name is Chris Long, author of Guided by Wisdom, and today we're going to read the chapter called Generosity. The chapter verse for generosity is Proverbs 14, verse 31. He who oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he who honors him has mercy on the needy. God desires us to help and care for the poor among us. We are to use what God has blessed us with to bless others. In Matthew 25:40, Jesus said, "Assuredly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these my brethren, you did it to me." Jesus said what Proverbs 14:31 says, "When we help people in need, we are serving Him directly." The opposite is also true. When we wrong or hurt another person, we are hurting God directly. Proverbs 21:13. Whoever shuts his ear to the cry of the poor will also cry himself and not be heard. Proverbs 22:9. He who has a generous eye will be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Proverbs 29:7. The righteous considers the cause of the poor, but the wicked does not understand such knowledge. God speaks about the poor and his heart for them often in his word. We know we live in a fallen world, and because Jesus lived with us on the earth, we know God is sensitive to the troubles we experience. He knows some will have opportunities that others will not. He knows some of us will make bad decisions, and others will have bad things happen to them that are out of their control. It is God's desire that we love one another, and this is what that love looks like: caring for others in need and giving from what we have. God tells us if we ignore or misuse the poor and broken, then He will ignore us, and poverty awaits us. The word poverty here doesn't necessarily speak in monetary terms, but certainly in spiritual terms. When we turn a blind eye to those in need, our conscience suffers, our hearts are hardened, and we become more self-focused. All of these can damage our relationship with God. There are many ways we can give back to the poor in our communities, even if we don't have the money to offer. We can volunteer at a food pantry or a homeless shelter. We can organize a fundraiser and give the money raised to a charity. God has made us to be creative people. This frees us to work beyond what is in our piggy banks. God's word and action. As already mentioned, there are many ways we can show generosity without requiring money. Make a list of ways you can be generous to those in need with the talents, skills, and ideas God has given you. Thank you for reading the chapter of generosity with me today. If you'd like a copy of Guided by Wisdom, they're on Amazon. You can find that link on my website at www.singwriteread.com.